Hello, Project1 here. This week we are going to be making our contest project, and so this week is all about creating node project that handles HTTP requests. Here I'm gonna open my controllers and contact APIs, and as you can see, this is the post here. This right here is the post route, and it validates the input field, adds a new concept to the database using the insert method, and returns the newly created contact ID. If any field is missing, this responds with a 400 with a 500 bad request error. So now I'm going to test it in my REST clients. Okay, so let's post a new concept in the project. Let's see. So come up with a name. I'll say John. I'll say Bamidele. And for the email, I'll say John Bamidele at gmail.com. And for favorite color, I'll say blue. Date of birth, I'll say it's meant to be 08041990. So node server.js. Okay, now it's running, and now I'm gonna post this, and as you can see, it's posted. We have a new ID. So now I am going to go to the get all contacts to see my new contact. Here we have it. This is our new contact. Here's the new contact. Edited match from the post request. Okay, so now I am going to show you my put request, and that is the update chooser. So this basically just updates, like if there is an error that you have in your already, if there's an error you have in your content and you just want to like update maybe a name or email or maybe favorite color or date of birth. So this put actually just helps you to update it. So here is my put, and this captures the ID from the URL, uses the update1 method. So here I have it as replace one method to modify the content, and it returns a successful message. If the update is successful, if the content is not found, it responds with a 500 not found error. So now let's test this in our REST clients. So here is the pull request. So let's say I want to like change. Let's say I want to change the name on this first contact. Let's say I want to change it from this last name from Vincent to let's say Paul. So I'm gonna so if I'm changing the name, I'm gonna also change the email to okay, and then keep our favorite color red and her date of birth 1990 05 05. Oh, okay, so let's see. Send the requests. And here it returns a message that says contact updated successfully. So now let's check our content and see our updated. All right, so here we have it. Here we have it. It's actually printed out a new one. So it's nenepole@gmail.com. And okay, so now the delete routes. Here is it. So this is the delete route and it captures the ID from the URL. It uses the delete1 method to remove. Here's the delete1 method. So it uses the delete1 method to remove the content from the database and it responds with a success message. If the content does not exist, it returns with a 500 not found error. So let's see. Okay, let's test it in our REST clients. Let's test it in our REST clients. So I want to delete this. I want to delete this from the content. So I am going to, okay, so yeah, I am going to copy the ID. And paste it here. So I'm going to run my server again. So now I'm going to send a request, and this time, hopefully it does it. So it says no contact. So let's go to our get all contacts. And here, there is no menopause anymore. Like it's gone. As you can see, it's no longer here anymore. So here I demonstrated how to create and test the post, put, and delete routes. So now we are going to install our Swagger dependencies, and I already did that. I don't know if I should do it again. So this is how I installed the Swagger dependencies. I said npm install Swagger UI Express. And when I click it, actually, you see, here I have my Swagger and UI Express, and I also did the same thing for the Swagger Autogen. And then the next thing I did was I created a folder. Let me just take this out. Yeah, the next thing I did was I created this folder where I configure the API documentation. I include details like the title, description, and the host, which is set to localhost 8080 for local deployment. And the Swagger file will be generated in the Swagger. So after doing this, I went to my terminals and I run node swagger.js. And here it's generated this swagger.json file to me. Yeah, this file contains all the details of my API endpoints defined in the index.js file. So in my routes, I created a swagger.js file also to serve the Swagger UI in the API docs routes. So these routes will display the interactive API documentation for my application. And also, I actually made some changes in the routes index.js. I added a Swagger. Yeah, so here. I added a Swagger UI.js route so that the Swagger documentation is accessible from the main router. And I also added a Swagger tag. So now we are going to test this Swagger documentation locally. So I'm going to say node server.js. So I have started my server to test the Swagger documentation locally. I'm going to go to, I'm just going to go to my browser and type localhost. Here we have the hello world, and this time we are going to be, instead of saying localhost 8080 slash contacts, we're going to say localhost 8080 slash API docs. And here I open the Swagger UI in my browser. Here I can see an interactive documentation of my API where I can test endpoints directly. Here, see, it brings out the hello world. And here you see when I click try it out. Executes. So I'm just going to wait for that to load. So you see, all our contacts are displayed here directly. And when I click the posts, so let's say I want to post a different contacts this time around. I'm gonna try it out. So I want to post a different contact this time around. Just a random name, Rebecca Martins. Let's say Rebecca Martins at gmail.com. And let's say Rebecca's favorite color is indigo. And let's say Rebecca's birthday is 01/01/2004. So next thing I'm gonna do is I am going to execute this. So here it says we have a new ID. So now I am going to go to the get content again, cancel this, try it out, and I'm gonna execute it again. So it displays the new content we just posted. So here, see, we have Rebecca Martins with an ID. So that's it for the post. Next, I'm gonna do the puts method. Try it out. Let's say the puts method. I want to like update. Let's say I want to update this. So I'm gonna copy the ID, and let's say I want to change this name from John, the first name from John. Let's say I want to change it to Ayo. Let's say I want to change it from John Bamidele to Ayo Bamidele. So I copied the ID and I'll go down to my put method. And then I am going to paste the ID here, and I'm going to change the name from John to Ayo Bamidele. And I'll change the email to Ayo Bamidele at gmail.com. What's his favorite color again and date of birth? Okay, favorite color is blue and date of birth is 8/4/1990. Okay, so I'm gonna execute this now. Yeah, this is it. So now I'm gonna check it out on the get contacts. I'm gonna execute it, and then here we have our updated name. It's no longer John Bamidele anymore. Now it's Ayo Bamidele. So now we're gonna test our delete method. Here we're gonna test our delete method. So let's say I want to delete. Let's say I want to take out okay. let's say I want to take out this second ID. So I'm going to copy the ID and then I'm going to paste it here in the delete method. Paste the ID and execute. And you see, it says content. Okay. See, okay. So now I'm going to go to the get content and I'm going to cancel this one that's running already and execute it again. And see, we do not have any Uche Chuku anymore. It's gone. It's gone. So, I want this to function on my render. So this is what I'm gonna do. I am gonna go to my swagger.json and I changed this host from the local host. It was the local host that was here before. So I changed it to my render link, my render URL. I pasted it right there. And then I took out HTTP. It was like there was like an HTTP here before. And HTTPS. So I took this out so that it displays only one. So that it displays correctly. So that was what I did. So now I'm going to go to my render. And I'm going to load the link. So you see it brings a hello world. So I'm always making this mistake. Okay. So I'm going to click API docs. So you see, it brought it out, yeah. So it's basically going to do the same thing here again. So I tested the get endpoint directly from the Void Swag UI, and the response matches the data in my database, confirming that the API works as expected. Thank you.